Hi, it's Janet Hilts, Breakthrough Coach at janethilts.com. And today I want to talk to you about being right. Because being right feels so good, doesn't it? The problem is sometimes it can muck up your tapping. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're even going to do a little tapping together. So look, I know it feels really good to be right, doesn't it? It hooks you up with your own values, your own opinions. It feels good to know the truth. It feels good to be certain about what's good, what's bad, what's right, what's wrong, what's the truth, what isn't, what's pleasant, what's unpleasant, all those things. We each have our own opinions about it. And it feels good to be anchored in that certainty of knowing where you stand. But I know that you're aware that sometimes being right isn't all it's cracked up to be. And that can be true in the case of tapping. Here's where it can cause a snag in your tapping progress. For instance, if you're tapping about feeling angry with someone, if you're tapping about getting over a disagreement, maybe about changing your plans, or even about forgiving yourself. These are areas, and I know there are more, where being right can stand in your way. And here's the reason why. Deep down, there's some part of you that's afraid that if you're not right, you're wrong. And it doesn't feel good to be wrong. It's also afraid that if you don't stand firmly in your rightness, then you're compromising your own value system. And maybe even asking yourself to change your values. So it looks like an either-or situation. Like door number one is being so right and just standing firm and staying where I am. And door number two is giving in, being wrong, and compromising what I know to be good for me, what I know to be true for myself. And so, of course, you run up against this resistance when you're tapping because nobody wants door number two. It just kind of stinks, doesn't it? But look, I want to introduce door number three, always my favorite, where you get to hold on to your values. You get to hold on to your knowledge of what's true and good for you. And you get to move ahead. So we're just going to do a little tapping about this to get you started. And this is a good place to start if you see this as a possible blockage point when you're tapping on something else. So just tap along with me here for a minute. So even though I know I'm right about this thing. And I'm not going to change my mind about it. I want to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I feel so right, and I can't possibly think of changing my mind on this, I want to love and accept myself. Even though I know I'm right. But I could feel it getting in my way. I want to love myself anyway. Because I'm doing the best I can. The same way I always do. And let's tap a little bit. All this feeling right business. all these ways that I just know I'm right. I don't want to give up anything. I'm not going to change my mind about what's right and wrong. But I can see that it's hanging me up. And I just don't know what to do about it. Under your arms now. Maybe I'm just wrong. But the whole thing is so frustrating. And it's pretty painful right now. All of this being right. I don't want to give up my values. I don't need somebody else telling me what's right. So what am I supposed to do here? I don't know if anyone else can see it my way. But this being right is getting me stuck. So maybe there's another way. What if I could still be right and move forward anyway? What if I could hold on to my values? What if I could hold on to what I know is true? And still make a move forward? I can choose an action that works for me. I don't have to change my values to change my plan. I don't have to change my values to let go of feelings that aren't working for me. I can hold on to what's true and still let go of my anger. I can hold on to what's right and see if I can compromise my actions. I can make a compromise with another person, and that doesn't change who I am. I can know I'm right without trying to change other people's minds. They have their own knowledge. They have their own truth. I'm willing to come to a place where we can come together. I get to hold on to what I know is true. And that feels really good. So I can know that I'm right and let go of any unwanted feelings. That's what this tapping is all about. Good. And now go ahead and tap on whatever that other thing is. Whether it's a disagreement you want to get over. Whether it's some old grudge that's just really bogging you down. Whether it's a project that you've been procrastinating on because in order to move ahead, you have to do something that doesn't exactly match with what you would choose. It doesn't feel good to be stuck. And gently letting go of having being right standing in your way is a great way to get unstuck. So I'd love to hear about how this helps you. Let me know, okay? And until next time, this is Janet Hilts. Keep tapping.